Hey everybody, welcome back to some more early morning barking, talking about BPD and MPD by somebody that has both. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe buttons and do all the socially things scrolling past you on the screen right now. There's links in the description below. And I kind of ran upstairs before I started doing this video and just sort of threw myself into the chair, so I'm apparently a bit out of breath. That's unrelated to anything. Sorry, you don't need to know my problems. Today I'm here to talk about narcissistic love bombing. Love bombing is a horrible thing that seems like a nice thing that we shouldn't do. And I've found myself fairly recently having to consider, am I doing this? See, love bombing is when we start a new relationship and we love bomb. We give affection and praise and so much stuff beyond what is normal, way beyond what is normal. And we make the person that we're meeting feel amazing. And they love us. They think we're great because we do all these things. We buy them things. We make these grand romantic gestures. We shower them with praise about how amazing and brilliant and beautiful and sexy they are. All of this stuff. But it's not real praise. It's actually manipulation, right? This is controlling somebody, bringing them round, because we're not giving them a true representation of ourselves, right? This is not who we are. This is the love bombing phase of a relationship. It's not sustainable. And we're not the kind of person that would do that forever anyway. No, this is a lie. This is manipulation. And what we do afterwards is reveal our true selves. Now, where I ran into problems, because I didn't think I was doing this, right? It's a conscious decision. I'm going to act way beyond what is normal to really bring on home and get this person that I'm after, right? And you've got to decide to do that one way or another. And I hadn't made that decision to do that. But I was aware that as I spent more time with someone, I was becoming more like the real day-to-day me. You know, when you meet somebody, first of all, they don't meet you on the first date. Nobody takes themselves on a first date, right? You take your A game. You take the most idealized, wonderful version of you. I've said this many times. If a first date was really real, she'd come to my house and I would sit eating a pizza off my tummy in my underpants. That would be more real. But that's never how first dates go. And as we get more comfortable with someone, that mask begins to slip gradually and we start to reveal our real selves. And hopefully as we do that, we don't reveal anything that is too horrifying or horrific. Whereas as somebody suffering from MPD, some of that behavior might be some of the more malignant stuff. That's when we might become really, really controlling. This is the talking about. You hear a lot of people talk about how their narcissist just turned on a dime one day and suddenly things aren't good enough. Things aren't right. Things need to change. You need to buck your ideas up. And that love bombing comes to an end because we've done our manipulation, right? We've caught our prey at that point. And so now we can continue with various other malignant manipulations. That's a difficult thing to say. Those kinds of behaviors, all of them horrific. Controlling people, because that's what it's about, control, right? Having that power. And having power over somebody that we're immediately in a relationship with is the more easy power to get. It's more difficult to get power over people that you work with or just friends. It's not impossible by any means, but it's more difficult. But if we have somebody who is alone with us a lot, then the malignant narcissist can begin really working on that person. and chipping away at their self-esteem, at their self-belief, separating them from friends and family, keeping them isolated, making their life smaller, and all about the narcissist. All of these horrible behaviors that come from malignant narcissism in relationships, I've never been through it. It's a level of control I've never wanted over somebody. This is where me being driven mainly by BPD comes to my aid, that I have enough trouble controlling myself without starting to worry about controlling somebody else in a relationship. But for some people, definitely on the pure, more malignant side of things, then that control becomes an important thing. And it starts with the love bombing. And it can return to the love bombing if it seems like it's going to be necessary. Just so much stuff piled on. Buying presents, giving compliments, going overboard, trying to make up for all the bad things eventually, because there are bad things. All of that malignant stuff that I talked about, and possibly other stuff too. And it feels so good. Is it hard to know when you're in it? Well, sure, if you don't know it exists, then yeah, why not, right? Why not? Maybe you've just found this amazing guy who likes to just buy you presents all the time. I mean, the point of it is that it feels good, right? Otherwise, it's not working. So it must be really difficult to sort of cut that off. But then again, I've always felt, is there some sort of... Because the thing in itself is a red flag, is that excessive admiration part of that? Should that be in and of itself a red flag when you're meeting somebody if they are above and beyond? These things are too good to be true, right? So when we as narcissists come along and push the envelope to seem that bit more special, to seem that bit more exciting and adventurous, whatever we think you need, then it's bullshit, quite frankly. It's lies, it's manipulation. You're being shown what you want to see in order for us to get whatever it is we want to get. We know we're doing it, right? It is manipulation, pure and simple. It is a choice. We have to decide not to do it. That can be very difficult, because what do you replace it with? Right? If I'm meeting somebody and what I'm trying to be is whatever they want me to be in order to manipulate them, in order to get them, what does it mean when I say I'm not going to do that? What does that look like? Because I think it's a very difficult question to answer. You have to replace stuff, and you have to take risks, and you have to take painful consequences, right? If you aren't manipulative, it is entirely possible that you won't get the person that you're going after in the here and now. You will have more strikeouts, so to speak, because you're not being manipulative. You have to throw yourself into something, and answering the question, who the hell is that, is a difficult question to answer. That personality that you're not going to take on in order to manipulate that person has to be replaced with an actual personality. Have you got one? You've got one. But it might well be very deeply buried. And getting in touch with that personality is very important. It's very important, look, whether you're trying to date someone or not. And there are some people that would tell you that you should get in touch with that personality before you start trying to date. I'm kind of one of those people. You should at least have a handle on it, right? Because this is what you actually want to present to people. You're going to take that chance of not manipulating them, of saying, this is me. Do you like me? And when you do that, what if they say no? What if they say, no, I don't like you? That hurts. And that brings with it the temptation to do other narcissistic manipulations on the situation. Oh, she's an idiot. She's whatever. That's when men get angry and fight back at being rejected, because rejection hurts, and fighting back at it is a stupid and immature and sort of pathetic response. And we don't want to do that, that's for sure. The appropriate response to being rejected is, okay, thank you, bye-bye. Right? Because you have to accept. This is a difficult thing for a narcissist to accept, right? Some people won't like you. They just won't. And there's nothing you can do about that. It doesn't mean you're a bad person or unworthy of love or incapable of love or being liked. Some people just think you're a dick. That's how it is for all of us. Think of the number of people you just hate, right? I've got loads. We could sit here all day and talk about the people I just hate and how quickly and easily I can dislike somebody. And is it not fair to expect that people are judging us with the same frivolity and the same speed? Just, yeah, don't like him. So you have to accept that some people won't like you. So giving up this love bombing is actually hard. We're going to give up manipulation. We're going to give up a tool, something that protects us, some armor, a weapon, emotionally. If we're in control, they can't hurt us. We get control and we can't be hurt. We can do the hurting because we're in control. And so, love bomb. Let's get this person. Let's take this person and wrap them up and make them think everything is wonderful, so that when we become ourselves and we know that that sucks, they won't leave us. We'll be in control and we can manipulate them in the situation. You've got to not do that. Really? Is this hard? Is this complicated? You've got to not do that. Stop it now. But you have to replace it with someone. You have to have your personality, and you have to put yourself out there in the world and take that risk of rejection, which is hard, I know. But you have to just make your peace with it. You have to accept that inevitable fact that some people just don't like you. Some people won't feel what they need to feel. That's fine. That's okay. And you can't take that as indeed rejection, because it's not. It's deselection, right? We don't really reject people for being inappropriate for us. We just don't choose them. And in the early days of dating, that's the whole point. Can I stand you? Could we eat a meal when I'm sat opposite you? This level of stuff. To be turned down, to have somebody say to you that there's nothing further for us here, at that point is not rejection. Right? It's just deselection, and you will be doing it as well. So once you accept that, once you make your peace with that, you can start putting yourself out there. But you also have to look at this personality stuff. This personality stuff, by the way, is like 3 or 4 other videos that I've already made. So you want to go back and look at those somehow. There are playlists on MPD. I don't know. Anyway, I feel like I've prattled on enough about this. You know what you're to do. You know the answers to this. And if you've been the victim of it, I'm so sorry. Let's all look out for it. This excessive admiration, this excessive commitment to a relationship and grand gestures is a red flag. It is not a good thing. The person you have met is not special and great for doing it. They are love bombing you. Anyway, you lot take care. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.